Hi, I'm David Essel, and I have another video here that is so crucial for all of us to be able to follow, to be able to listen to, and it has to do with mental health, and it has to do with meditation, and it has to do with you. If you're like me and you have anything at all like ADD or ADHD, there are ways that you can learn how to meditate. There are ways that you can start to calm the brain. And I'm going to share with you right now. Listen, I just mentioned I have ADD, I have ADHD as well. And a number of years ago, going back into the 80s, I had all these people telling me that, if I meditated, I'd be able to calm down those thoughts in the brain. If I meditated, I'd be able to have less stress. If I meditated, and the list went on and on. And these people were telling me all these benefits. And I would sit down for 30 seconds and I would be jumping out of my skin. If you have ADD or ADHD, you know exactly what I'm freaking talking about. So if you don't have ADD, what does it feel like? Do you remember that movie Finding Nemo with Dory? Okay, Dory has ADD and ADHD. She's the one that continues to chase the shiny objects all over the place. She can't keep her mind. That's ADD with ADHD. Good old Dory, okay? Even Dory can learn how to meditate, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. When people told me I could, I tried. I tried sitting and being quiet. I tried sitting and being quiet and deep breathing. I couldn't last more than seconds, and my brain was off to something else. And so then I finally started to think about, well, how is it that I can keep my brain focused so I can learn to meditate? Because I'm reading all these books in the 80s. I'm in counseling. I was a counselor myself. I've got people stressed out. But if I don't know what it feels like to meditate, how can I promote it to someone else? If I haven't felt the benefits, how do I explain to someone else other than saying, well, I read in a book? That doesn't cut it in the world of therapy. That doesn't cover it in private counseling sessions. You can't say, well, I happen to read it. I hope it works for you. I had to have the experience. So let me tell you what to do. If you have ADD or ADHD and you really want to learn how to meditate, number one, find a guided meditation program. Now, we have one on YouTube. All you have to do is Google David Essel Meditation YouTube, and you will find it's 44 minutes long. Don't freak out. I'm not going to ask you to do 44 minutes. I'm going to ask you to do 3 freaking minutes at a time and no more. If you want to do more than 3 minutes, I'm sorry, you can't. Well, if you want to, you can. But I'm just saying, I want you to really get it limited, okay? Too many times when people have attention issues is that they say, oh, no, I could never do that because it takes a lot of focus. I can't do that because you have to sit still. I can't. Don't worry about a darn thing, okay? All you have to do is find a guided meditation. So as I said, we have one that's 44 minutes long on YouTube. Just use the first 3 to 4 minutes of it. It's crucial that we break it down into bite-sized little pieces where you feel successful at the end of it, where you feel like, oh my gosh, I could actually follow someone's voice and I was breathing in and out for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm a success. Let's walk away. And then come back the next day and do 2 to 3 minutes. And then come back the next day. Now, once you have those 2 to 3 minutes down and you're feeling really secure, then we have the next part of the puzzle. You add 1 minute to your meditation every week. So let's say it takes you 3 to 4 weeks just to feel comfortable with 3 minutes of meditation. And it could. It really could. If you have ADD and ADHD, either or, and your mind is jumping or you want to jump out of your chair because you feel like you have to move, we want to feel success. We want to feel some of the benefits. And if we try to jump into 10 or 15 or 20 minutes right away, we're probably not going to feel the success or the benefits, right? So go slow, go super slow. Next point, then this is a crucial one. Thoughts will arise during meditation, whether you have ADD and ADHD or not. Thoughts arise to everyone. And one of the greatest things Maharishi Mahesh Yogi taught me, going back a long time ago in the world of meditation, is when a thought comes up in meditation, the response from us should be a silent, thought. And then go back to following the voice leading you in the meditation. So a thought comes up, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. We don't go, oh, I just had a thought that I'm hungry. We go, thought. And then you go back to listening to the voice on the guided meditation. We never label the thought. We don't get hung up with the thoughts. Thoughts are going to come. And one of the greatest things he taught me is, David, he said, even today, as many years as I've been doing meditation, there will be days that I'm just not quite there, where I'll have more thoughts than I want. And so I find myself saying, thought, regular times. But then he said, once I say it regular times, all of a sudden the thoughts disappear and I get focused. So remember, this is crucial. Start out with a guided meditation. Start out with no more than 3 minutes a day. When thoughts arise, just go, thought. Don't judge. Don't feel you've had a bad meditation. Don't worry if you're in a lotus position, if you're standing one-legged on a bus with your hand on the strap holding on. It doesn't matter where you are. You can meditate anywhere. You don't have to be in a lotus position. You don't have to be sitting with your back straight up and down. You can be lying down, for God's sake. I have meditated in dentist chairs, tilted way back. I was not in a lotus position. I promise you that. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me and say, well, it has to be rigid. BS. No, 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 no. The most important thing is you start to do it. And why with ADD and ADHD do we want to focus so importantly on meditation? Because it starts to calm the brain activity. And the longer you meditate, the more you're able to see the brain activity calm down. And what's a sign that your brain activity is calmed down? Is that you add a minute and it's effortless. And you add another minute the next week and it's effortless. Right away, you're seeing the brain calming down. I will tell you that in 1986, 87, when I started on my own, I would do about 30 seconds and get up and walk away. And then somehow, and I don't even remember if someone recommended it or I just saw it somewhere where there was an audio cassette on meditation and I bought it, and all of a sudden I said, oh my God, I just went 5 minutes. Like, this is mind-blowing, right? And then I did 10 minutes and now I have to tell you, it's been a long time, right? 1986, 87 to today is a long time. And what I ended up doing was I moved away from using the audio cassette meditation, and I just started meditating on my own after going through the Transcendental Meditation course. Now, if I took that course, this is just me with ADD, ADHD. If I took that course before I had created a pattern in my brain by following guided meditation, I honestly don't know and believe I could have been as successful as I am now. Now, sometimes I'll go into 45 minutes or an hour where I'm completely in the zone of meditation. Are you kidding me? I still have ADD. I still have ADHD. But I've learned a new pattern, and my brain has picked up on the pattern and freaking changed. Isn't that beautiful? You can do the same thing. Comment below, share these videos. Comment below, share these videos. And if you need help, reach out to me at talkdavid.com. Listen, mental health is everything. And when we have mental challenges like ADD, overwhelm, ADHD, etc., we need to find tools that are moving us in the opposite direction of where our brain wants to go. The brain wants to be haywire. We want to calm it down. And a couple minutes of meditation a day will do that. Mental health is everything. Take those 2 to 3 minutes. Let's rock and roll. And this is Good News with David Essel.